All 50 states in the United States of America, with Minnesota being the last holdout, do accept Medicaid asset protection trusts. MAPs, as they're referred to, are very popular estate planning vehicles whereby you get to protect the property transferred to this Medicaid asset protection trust from the reach of Medicaid nursing home liens. So I'll tell you like the basics of how it works and the importance of having an attorney in your jurisdiction, because although all 50 states allow it, there are nuances within every state and how they have to be drafted in order for them to be honored by the Medicaid agency administering Medicaid within that state. So the basic framework for how the Medicaid asset protection work, which is the same in every state, is that it has to be irrevocable, and the grantor, the person setting up the trust, whatever property they transfer into it, they can no longer have, I guess you could call it like direct access to the principal. But most commonly, you really just transfer your primary residence into this trust. Of course, if you're wealthier and in a state like New York where you can transfer a lot more and still qualify, you do transfer a lot more. But just for simplicity purposes, let's say you put your house into this irrevocable Medicaid asset protection trust. You'll still have the right to live there. You'll still have the right to collect income if it's rented out. Well, that actually is a nuance in many different jurisdictions. But in New York, you can have the right to collect income. So for tax purposes, it'll remain yours. But for Medicaid purposes, you gave up the right to directly benefit from the principal if that house is sold. And that is really what keeps you protected and your home protected against the reach of Medicaid, and has Medicaid honor it as a separate entity from you. It's also important that in most jurisdictions, you will want to have the trustee not be yourself or your spouse, but a third party. And then, of course, we can get into much more nuance as to how it works. And that's why it's key that you have an attorney who is well versed in the Medicaid administration of your particular state, because every state looks at the separate, like little nuances, like, for example, the income rights to the property in different ways.